Okay. So ever since I've stopped drinking, I have seen a significant drop in my confidence level. Like, alcohol and I were like this toxic love affair, where it's any toxic love affair. Yeah, for the most part, it was awful, but there's always that one thing that kind of keeps you going. And for me, alcohol was my confidence. And I know probably a lot of people say that, but when I tell you I have anxiety, like on a daily basis, I think about like getting in my car and how I'm going to end up in a car crash. Like, and I know that that's probably not going to happen, or anything like, oh, something's going to happen and I'm going to get injured. Like, just these crazy, irrational thoughts. I'm trying to think of specific incidents. But like if I get into a fight with someone, instead of like, not a fist fight because I don't fight, but like a verbal fight, I don't think, oh, this person is just mad at me, we'll get over it. I think like this person's never gonna talk to me again, they're gonna hate me, I just ruined my friendship. Like my brain goes from 0 to 100 real quick all the time. So ever since I stopped drinking, I noticed that my confidence is like non-existent. And I know, like, I post pictures and stuff, and I do think in those moments that I do look beautiful or whatever, and I do have moments of high confidence, but as a general, I don't feel confident. So, drinking, just for me, it, like, numbed those anxious thoughts. So, I could just focus on, like, myself and the feeling and just being in the moment instead of thinking of all the things that could go bad or wrong. And like drinking was also like, I felt like sexy, I felt confident, I felt like I was the life of the party, I could talk about anything, I was so entertaining, I was so inviting, like people always wanted me to come to parties. I felt like if I didn't go, like the party can't even start. Like it's crazy. But now I'm like back to that insecure, shy person. Like if I'm drinking and I'm at a party, I will go up to anyone and like have a conversation. Like I will go up to like, I don't want to use Brad Pitt because he's kind of old, but someone young and sexy, and like just talking to them, and I'll think like, even if I'm not looking the best, I'll think like, oh man, I'm like the hottest thing ever, of course they're gonna want me, you know. Or just even like talking to people, because like in social settings, especially social settings with people my age, I have a tendency to freeze. Like I cannot speak, and I think that mainly comes from just really negative experiences in high school where I really didn't talk to anyone except my main group of friends. So reaching out to people is like really weird and new to me, especially people in my age group. But now that I'm not drinking anymore, I feel awkward again. Like I don't feel like myself, and it's just really, really frustrating. And I just don't feel pretty anymore. Like I don't feel like, you know, riveting anymore or dynamic. I feel like people talk to me and they think I'm really boring, and like they would just want to get off the phone with me. And even when I go to church, like I feel like people are judging me. Like people don't want to, like I see people, you know, they come with their spouses or their friends, and I come alone, and I just feel alone basically. I feel like, okay, no one really, and people like do come up to you and say hi and stuff, but not really like have a full conversation or anything. So I feel like people are just like talking to me just to be nice, and like, you know, because it's church, like they have to talk to me, not because they actually like me. Like I just feel unliked, and people just literally give me anxiety. Like I'm just so scared of what people think of me, and it just sends me into another world. Like that quote where it's like, there's 100 people in the room and one person doesn't like me, I have to get out. That's me. If there is half a person who don't like me, I'm out. Like I got to go. Like I can't stay. But so yeah, it's really sad because today I really wanted to like conquer that social anxiety. So long story made shorter, my boss has her birthday barbecue bash today, and it's in LA, and I was really excited. She told me a couple days ago. She didn't give me that much she didn't give me that much notice. So told me a couple days ago. I was started to like invite people and stuff, and people were kind of just saying no. So like I just blew it off, whatever, like, you know, she'll have an awesome party, she knows a lot of people, whatever. But then when I talked to her yesterday, she was like said like 6 times during a 30-minute conversation, like, you gotta come to my party, I want to see you there, I want you to be there, like just kept repeating. And I even kind of said like, oh, well, I asked a couple people actually, and, everyone's busy, like, kind of already setting the stage to cop out of going. And she's like, oh, some of my friends, and, there's going to be people of all ages there. Like, you'll meet people, you'll be fine, it'll be interesting. It'll be fun. Sorry, not interesting. So I was like, okay, and I felt like I really wanted to go because I love my boss. She's an amazing person, and I wanted to be there for her. So, and just, like, be around her, support her for her birthday. So I invited a friend like last minute last night, and they said like maybe they could go to see if they can get off work early, and long story short, they couldn't. So I started inviting a couple other people, and it was kind of just the same thing. No, busy, have plans. I mean, after all, it is Easter weekend, so people have like a lot of things that they're doing. So I just was kind of like, I was like, you know what? Like, I woke up feeling really good that today. I was like, you know what, Erin, we can do this. Like, we can have fun. We're going to go. It's going to be awesome. You're going to meet people. You're going to have a great time, a great experience. And then, like, this will help you break the rest of your social anxiety. So I started getting ready. The first couple outfits I put on, I freaking hated. So that didn't help. And I was like, oh, I don't know. But, like, I kept getting ready. My hair at first didn't turn out that great, but then like it just started looking amazing. Like, my hair is dry right now, and normally it's not this bouncy. Like, look how defined the curls are. Like, and my makeup turned out great. Like, it was really just like the universe, God wanted me to go to this party. Like, everything was, like nothing. I don't feel insecure today. It was good. So I'm getting ready, and like I'm still like inviting people, even though basically everyone's saying the same answer. And like as I'm getting ready, all those thoughts are creeping in. Like, people are gonna judge you. Oh, you think you look cute? Like, you don't look that good. Like, this is LA. Like, people are gonna be dressed to the nines, and you're gonna look basic, and you're gonna look like a kid. And do you think you're like, oh, you're gonna catch someone's eye? Like, yeah, right. No one's gonna want to talk to you. It's just like people are gonna have their group of friends, and they're just gonna stay with their group of friends, and you're gonna be by yourself and alone. And like I hate going to parties and being like that clingy person who like, oh, I talked to you, now I'm gonna stick to you because I don't know how to make friends. But that's how I am. Like, I have the worst anxiety. Like, if you talk to me at a party, we have a 5-minute conversation, like, you are my best friend for this night. So I just felt like, I was like, it's going to be awkward. It's going to be weird. You're not going to have fun. You're going to like regret it. And all those thoughts started pouring in of all the things that could happen, and like how uninteresting and boring I am, and how awful I am at small conversations. So I ended up not going. And I blamed it on, like, I was talking to my friend, and I was trying to convince him to go, actually. And he was like, oh, no, like, I already made plans with the friends, but if you don't go, like, you can stay. And he's like, well, think about the gas and all this stuff, and that you'll be saving, because LA is 2 hours away, and it is, like, 140 miles. And for someone who only has a part-time job right now, and it's not having a bunch of money coming in, it is, like, a lot, but I'm about to get paid in a couple of days, so it's not that big of a deal. Ultimately, like, I was like, yeah, the gas, but you know when you're doing something because that's the real reason, and when it's just an excuse for a different reason. And I know, like, in my heart, the reason why I didn't go is because I have social anxiety. And it just sucks because I was excited, and I really, really, really wanted to go, and it just, like, I feel hard down on myself because, I feel like I let anxiety win, and it's just frustrating because I feel great about giving out alcohol. Like, don't get me wrong, I don't want to run, into a bar or anything, or like go out partying all the time again. But it does feel like a part of me is missing, and I'm not like, I feel so plain now. I'm just kind of like, meh, and it just sucks. It's like these little day-to-day things that like just bog you down, and like with anxiety and bipolar disorder that just make you feel like blah and make life hard. Like, someone else would have had, no problem getting up, going, having fun, having a great time. Like, in theory, I know at least 4 of those people there. I would know. Like, I know my boss, I know her boyfriend, I know her neighbor, or a couple of her friends. Like, so, in theory, I know people there, but it's just that whole thing of like, there's going to be strangers. What if everyone else knows each other more? And then I'm going to be the odd one out, and I'm going to be the black sheep. And I mean, I know a lot of it stems from me going to a high school where I felt very alone, and I felt like a black sheep, and I had my group of friends, and that was it. So I don't know what I need to do, but I need to figure out something, because I don't want to keep letting this like take away from my life. Like right now I should be in LA eating, you know, a great barbecue chicken leg, and I'm not. Like I'm here making a video in my apartment and going to hang out with my friends and probably like, yeah, I don't know. Not gonna be too hard on myself. Like there's always next time, but I really wish I could have this time not let my boss down.